other things. Yes, I am. Let's face it, I already did that. Um, I hope everyone is doing good. I know that I am doing good. We are here to talk about writing and other things. So, let's just get right down to the nitty-gritty. So your girl pulled out some of the old projects a couple days ago, and while I was thumbing through them, I didn't realize that I am basically done with 2 projects that are vastly different. So we have our Project Beacon, which is a science fiction romance. So then we also have Project Quinn, which was my historical romance. That one is almost done, but for like three or 4 chapters. Am I tempted to just take the notes that I took for those 3 to 4 chapters, and just slide them into the chapter slot and call it a day? Yes, I am. Let's face it, I already did that. We have that document in our Google Drive, and we will be looking over it, figuring out what we're keeping, what we're getting rid of, and basically edit, so then I can do the second draft. So those are the 2 projects that I have finished, but not really, because the word count is not where I want it to be. It's under, it's not over. So, some thoughts on Project Beacon. So, Project Beacon is a multi-POV chaos-ridden draft of so many different elements that I wanted to put in there, and it's just, I need to slow down, because thinking about it is just making me have like a mini panic attack when I think of everything that's in there. So we did amazing on the first chapter. I read it. Considering where my headspace was back then, I am shocked that that first chapter was good like that. But when we get further along, it is chaos. So this is what's the main beats that I want to hit in that story. I want to establish a good romantic connection between the 2 characters that I have to love match. So I need to figure out where I want to thread the tension in between them 2 into the story, besides like 1 or 2 pieces that I have in there. And then I need to constructively take apart this draft, and because it's a 0 draft, it is so underwhelmingly just, it got so bad that when I was finishing it, that I just copied the notes and put them into the chapter heads, and that was like the last 5 or 6 chapters, because I am a pantser when it comes to writing. Well, I was then. Now I'm more of a plantser. So I plan to extend. Like, I plan out my main points and things, and then I just attack. So this one, we can't hit like that. Okay. Okay. This angle is kind of better. That we just can't hit it like that. Okay. So the reason being is because I have so many things. Like, I have a murder that one of my characters gets blamed for. I have 2 dipstick side characters that go off on their own little adventure. I have so many things. Like, there's a jailbreak, there's a crash landing on the planet that they're over, and it's just so much going on in this one book, and it's all over the place. So I'm thinking that this book needs to be broken up into 2 books. But I can work with the murder, like the murder happening at the beginning. And then what we happen is, instead of my main character getting brought back to Beacon under arrest, I feel like we should save that for somewhere else in the book. I don't want to give it away, I don't want you to expect it. But anyway, so I figured we should have my character run further into this mystery planet, to run away, because we're introducing this planet anyway in this book. That was one of the beats that I was hitting. So I think we should do it that way. And skip the going back to Beacon thing. I think that's what we should do. That seems solid to me. And then, because that cuts out a lot of unnecessary steps. And it saves that whirlwind for something else. I see the Stratos book 2 in my brain right now. But so my main character is 19. So it's going to be a toss-up between YA and new adult, only because of the age of my character. I say YA because some publishers might think that since they're 19, that's still considered high school age, because a lot of people, some people don't get out of high school until they're 19. So I broke it down best on Blue Sky when somebody was asking about age for their character. They said anything from middle school down to elementary school is considered middle grade for me, and for a lot of publishers. High school is age 15 and up to 19, 18, 19, depending on your story. And that is YA. Between 19 and 20 to 23 is considered new adult. And then anything after that is considered adult. So if my character's 19, they kind of fall into the between YA and new adult. The story I'm telling and how I'm telling it is going to be new adult. It is not meant for YA audience. Okay. I'm gonna go already establishing that it is not made for YA audience. This is an adult story because it has adult elements that are in here. Now I'm not going all out into the world building is going to be very descriptive of the different areas that he goes through and all my main characters go through. So the only point here is that I am writing right now. The multi-POV section is about 3 POVs, and then I add one at the end. Now the one at the end I'm most excited about, but my current 3 are all boys, all men. All 3 of them are men. And I am clearly a female entity, so my husband is going to be very much helping me in this realm of the male mind now, because he had to help me when I was drafting it, so it's really funny. But and the concept of these characters, I'm going to have to get a lot of sensitivity reading done, and also beta readers that I'm going to probably get after I finish this next draft of it, just because I want to make sure that I'm portraying these characters correctly. And that, like, because I'm not one for, gender roles per se. At least I don't think I am. Some of my characters kind of like defy the gender roles specifics. But as I was reading this one, I felt myself not betraying these gender roles like I was using gender roles. Like, does that make sense? Like, I basically classified the couple as like having just because they are a male couple, that they had gender roles with the way I described them, and I don't like that, so I'm going to fix it and make it flow better. With my other book, Project Queen, this one is a historical romance that is set in the Qing Dynasty. So I will have to get sensitivity readers for that too, just to make sure I'm portraying my characters right. But I am tempted, guys. I'm tempted to, instead of making this a historical romance, is making it a fantasy romance and changing the setting. I'm tempted to do this just because I wouldn't say that's going to make it easier, but there's certain elements that I want to add up in the story that are not that I don't feel like is being respected enough when I am creating, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is that I don't feel like that I can give justice correctly to the Queen Dynasty. I have done my research. I have done extensive research on what I'm writing about. So I think that I will change it up. I mean, I'm the author, I'm the writer. Why can't I do that? And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to change it to a fantasy romance. And after I do that and thread through those fantasy elements, I think I'm going to put it down and let it percolate for a while. And then I'm going to write on a project that I've been wanting to write on for a while, and it's called Project Clutter. And I know that doesn't sound very nice, but it is that other series. It's kind of like intertwined with Project Beacon, but not really. They're ones that are going to be bouncing back and forth. So, the planet that the beacon or the arc, if you ever watched the 100, you know what I'm talking about, arc. Project Beacon's main thing is their beacon, which is this gigantic, humongous spacecraft that is housing the humans. It has been there for, there's a bunch of lore with this, okay? It's not just like here, but it's gonna be there for like 100 and so years. It's been here picking at this planet, trying to get the minerals from it. And what is happening is on the planet itself is humans that have left the beacon to be on this planet, and they have made a civilization on this planet. And because they are on this planet, they have adapted and evolved to this planet. And it's more interesting, like, it's like evolution has given them certain abilities to be able to deal with the density of this planet, while the people on the beacon cannot deal with it. Only because they are not used to this planet's gravity pull and food sources. And I'll go into depth about it more between the two series as a whole as we move forward. But I don't want to give too much away from it, other than that Project Clutter is more of a fantastical setting. Like, not fantastical setting, more as a fantastical story with a sci-fi setting, if that makes sense to you guys. And it's gonna be more of the trial basis, like the Hunger Games. And what is that other book that I read not so long ago that I had? I bet you if you look back at my vlogs, we'll figure out this book. But there was another book that had trials. Oh gosh. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. That had trials. I just spoiled something, but My gosh, who hasn't read that book by now? At the end. The trials at the end. Towards the end. Okay, okay. That's not, like, it's not really a spoiler, like, I didn't give nothing away. But, yes. The trials, okay. It's gonna have trials in them. It's not really like a magical system that I've seen been used before. It's more of a I'll explain it. But, I'll explain it when I do a vlog about just this project more in depth with you guys. But yes, Project Clutter will intertwine with Project Beacon, and it'll be like this whole thing. And it'll be this whole thing. That is all my brain is percolating for this writing vlog, Sinatra. I did post an update chapter to my fanfiction, which is called Apocalyptic Problems. It is you guessed it, Walking Dead retelling within the female original character that I created. The rest of the characters I do not own. I did not create them. The story that I'm following, I did not create it, but I did add elements to the story and memories that I did create using one of their characters. Okay? Okay. That is it. I'll post that link below. It can be found on Wattpad that I posted on there, and also on AO3. I will say that the second chapter is better than the first chapter because the first one I was just testing the waters, and then like the second one, like I wrote like 10,000 words for it. Scary, man. But I basically wrote for the whole episode of Days Gone By, and then the next one I'm currently writing is For Guts. And I am going to change up the story a little bit. I'm not going to stick straight to the story dynamics of The Walking Dead, so I am going to change it up, and that might change things later on in the story. Who knows? But that's where we are. I hope you guys enjoyed this sit-down talk with me about my projects. I will try to do more weekly writing vlogs, but last time I promised that. You didn't get it. But I'm gonna try, okay? I'm gonna try. Alright. Alright, guys, bring it in for a hug. Alright. Bye.